What was it like coming back to Spokane, Washington after making it in New York? Like
Thanks.
what?
Thanks for the air quotes.
No, I mean, I'm sorry, but
That's right.
it's. But I'm just wondering, like, because like making it and then having all these friends and family think that you were in New York doing really well, and then you come back to Spokane kind of broken. Like, what was that like for you, and like how did you kind of get out of that funk? Because that for me would have just been like devastating. And I think a lot of my family thought I was just going to come back from China broken, and I couldn't do anything there. I couldn't speak the language, didn't know people, like whatever. But I'm wondering like how you shook that feeling, or how you even dug yourself out of that like emotional hole.
So my family tells me, my brother and sister, I think, picked me up that day at the airport in Spokane. And I stepped off the plane and they thought I was a vampire. Because, you know, the New York white pasty look?
Yeah.
Because there's no, sun doesn't get down, right, to the, in the summer. It just doesn't get to into like these skyscrapers or just these trees that keep the sun out. I was just pasty white. The New York pasty, they called it. You've heard that before, probably.
I've heard that before. Plus you hadn't eaten.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Emaciated, just starving. And they said I looked like a vampire.
Well, that's heroin chic. That was so 90s. Come on. That's Kate Moss and Johnny Depp and all these.
Yeah. You're so right. I just wasn't getting booked for any of those gigs. But ultimately, you know, it's funny because it enabled me to be kind of a big fish now in the little pond again.
Because you'd left and come back.
Because I went to New York. When you go to New York and you're a model and you come back to this small little market, you get booked. So I started working a lot.
Oh, that must have helped.
It did help, but it was kind of like a Band-Aid. You know, I still wasn't dealing with the deeper issues of trauma, from the pole vaulting near-death experience to the freaking Harvey Weinstein, you know, quotes episode. And then just the failure, feeling like a failure, believing that my future was going to be my past.
Right.
This was going to equal my future. I didn't know that now. So that's why this is like it's a gift. It was my spiritual practice. All this trauma became my spiritual practice. And that's what forced me, like talk about a push into the unknown, forced me to start studying spiritual texts, which led me to the now.
But you were like 20.
Yeah, I came back, I was 20, right?
And you were like, I'm just going to start reading all these spiritual books because I need to figure out how to heal myself. That's a huge move at 20.
That was it. Because I'm from 6 kids and we all have our own, you know, dharma, our own purpose, our own direction. And mine has always been spiritually yoked. I just didn't know that this was all serving me.